You are watching Fan Facts.
Hey everybody, I'm Damien.
I'm Phil.
And this is Fan Facts. Phil, welcome back to the show.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here today.
I knew you were. Fan fact number 1, fire Mike Tomlin. Phil, do you want to start us off?
Go right ahead.
I will.
I've said enough on this. You go right ahead, brother.
Yeah, fire Mike Tomlin. And then what? Okay, it doesn't matter who you hire to come in to coach the Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe the problem is bigger than Mike Tomlin. I believe the problem is actually, I don't want to say cultural, systemic is what it is. We don't pay for coaches. So you can have anyone come in there, you can get rid of everybody, and when your new coach comes in and he goes to hire his new staff, he won't be able to because we don't pay for staff. And I think that's the problem you're seeing. You're seeing the Steelers play black and white football. In the 70s, what did we do? We hired the toughest guys, and your guys are the last from our guys and beat us. Okay. Well, now it's 2023. No other team plays that way. What they do is they hire great guys, and then they have a staff in place to develop them. We can't develop anyone anymore, and it shows. You know, we don't pay for offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, trainers, nutritionists, position coach. We have an offensive coordinator that's a position coach right now. Like what?
Yep.
That tells you it's a systemic problem. So you can fire Tomlin all you want, bring in whoever you want, and until we start paying for coaching staff, these are the results you're gonna get.
Here's the thing. I've said this for years. We've argued about this
All the time.
We have, and it's time. It's been time. It was time. It wasn't time with Tebow. Get over the fucking Tebow loss, okay? That was just gonna happen, right? It was time when he lost to Jacksonville. It was time when he lost to Kevin Stefanski, who wasn't there on the field. It's been time. It's over. He is a great coach. He is a great motivator of men. If you have the team like the Washington Commanders or the Los Angeles Chargers, put him in there. Yeah. He's gonna win. Yeah. He can't develop players. That has shown. I mean, what's the excuse that everybody says why he won his only Super Bowl? Oh, well, he had cowards players. That's bullshit, by the way. He still had to get them there. But
yeah, no, absolutely. He only had. I think he was boss 80% of college.
Yeah, but that's the critique that people always give him. If you give him the team, he can do it.
Well, I think that goes back to what I was saying. It's like, even back then in the early 2000s, like teams were still kind of playing. Like teams, I don't think had advanced their coaching staff and. Realize the importance of like nutrition and positioning and whatever. They teams were still kind of like coming out of the 90s. Strength and conditioning coaches, all this stuff. And now everyone's passed by. Everyone spends. We're the bottom of the league in coaches' salaries. The bottom. That tells you we don't have it.
We don't, and it's again. That's you go back to Tomlin though. He's shown that. He's not it.
And to that point, also, I think that
it's time.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not an X and O's guy, and I think that. Listen, if you don't have a competent offensive coordinator, at least get like a competent head coach.
Here's my thing. Do you ever hear any of these players talking about? Yeah, he just came up with a genius game. No, it's not. Oh, I'd run through a wall for him. Great. He's a great motivator of men. That's not what you need to be a head coach in this league anymore. He can motivate all he wants to. Those men are motivated by paper. They're motivated by playing.
Speaking of that, you know what? I'm going to go right into fan fact number 2. Steelers need more team leaders.
Yeah, they do. They need, when you have Minka Fitzpatrick calling out the team that nobody wants to give effort, what's the problem? People don't care. So.
Yeah, man, look, again, we have leaders on the team. I think that they led for the past 2 years. I think they're tired of leading. They don't have a reason to. You made these guys lead because, well, it's Ben's last year. We have a rookie quarterback. We have Mitchell. It's been 2 years of these guys leading the charge. Yeah, I think that they're finally like, hey, aren't you supposed to lead us? Aren't you supposed to put us in a position to win?
There's nobody there, and this is no disrespect to the talents of T.J. Watt or Alex Highsmith.
No, and if you're watching T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, like and subscribe.
Hi, Sam. Good to see you, buddy.
Highsmith says.
Yeah. So we, again. Who is stepping up in that locker room and saying, boys, we need to come together. Y'all came together to protect Mike Tomlin's no losing seasons, which apparently we celebrate now. But what are we, again, if you're not giving effort, how many times have you've seen Deontay Johnson do this year?
Well, I can't blame them anymore. I think it's like
They don't care.
At what point do the coach again yeah, sure. I think the leaders are tired of leading. They want to be led.
They want something more. They want
Yeah.
they want to feel like they're on a contender, and they're not. We're not a contender. We're worse than being bottom of the league. We're stale. We're middle of the road. And because there's no leadership, the coach is outdated, and you see it, and you see that he's frustrated, and you see that having no leaders and all this, it goes back. It starts with Tomlin. It starts with AR2, who's a problem, by the way.
Who's AR2?
Rooney 2. You want to talk
When
about?
did they start calling him AR2?
He's been called AR2 on social media. Listen,
That's my first time hearing it.
listen, Art, you're a problem too because you don't care. You don't care about the product you're putting on the field.
Doesn't care. I
You
think he
care about the
cares.
product that the team makes you, and that's money. You don't care about what's on the field because if you did, Tomlin would have been ousted years ago. And we'd have a completely new ideas in here. We'd have completely new leaders in here. You do not care at all. Give the team to somebody else who does.
Yeah, you disgust us.
Sort of.
Yeah, I just wanted.
I mean, he didn't want to get rid of Ben, remember?
What?
When Ben had all the
Oh,
problems
well,
he
he
had.
talked about it.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Nope.
Fan fact number 3, Phil.
Speaking of quarterbacks.
Speaking of quarterbacks, what is that?
What a transition.
That is nice. That's how you know it's episode 11. We're really good at transitions now. Start Mason over Mitch.
Why not? All y'all complain about is the interceptions with Mason Rudolph. Okay, well, Mitch is throwing interceptions. Kenny was throwing interceptions. Who cares? I mean, honestly, Mason probably gives us a better chance to win than Mitch does because Mitch will do this. Dale said, oh, I'm throwing right over here. Looking him down the entire time. Mitch, I have seen you do it all the time. Like and subscribe, by the way.
Yeah.
I've seen you do it every single time. I watched you with the Bears because some close family members are Bears fans. I've watched Bears games with you doing it. I've watched you do it for 2 years on the Steelers. Why not start Mitch? Or Mason, excuse me. Why not?
Look, Phil, I agree with you. You do have close family members who are Bears fans.
Mm-hmm. Like and subscribe.
The thing that I also agree with you for is, start him. Look, here's the deal. Mason, you know what he's like? Mason is the heir to Ben Roethlisberger. That's what he was supposed to be. And then we hired Matt Canada, and he wanted to run a Matt Canada offense. So we brought in Mitch Trubisky, and it's garbage. He's not even supposed to be on the team. We got rid of Canada, get rid of Mitch. That's how I feel. Start Mason. Why? Can it get any worse? Probably not. But also, Mason's the actual Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. That's what he was groomed to be. He was groomed.
Grew up in the system.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And he knows what it is.
He does.
To me, it's like, hey, if we're gonna go down like fighting, like let's go. If we're gonna go to war, let's go to war with our guys.
Because Mitch won't be there next year. Let's just be honest. Mitch is not going to be there next year.
Nope.
So let's see what we got in Mason. We're going to need a backup to Kenny or whoever we have.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's also Mitch has just proven that he can't do it. But
No.
the one thing
Sorry,
that
Mitch.
the Roonies did spend money on is Mitch Trubisky. So we're not gonna see Mason Rudolph.
Nope.
You spent what, probably $6 million on Mitch this year. They're gonna get all the money they can out of that.
Thanks,
sweet,
AR2.
sweet
Appreciate that one.
arm, AR2.
Art duh.
Woo!
Yeah,
Well, we covered a lot of ground.
we did. And
The
we're,
one thing-
we're still pretty upset that, we had two of the worst teams in the league come into Pittsburgh and basically embarrass us in front of those fans. So, should we mark it down?
Absolutely.
Mark it down. Donny Blawnox.
Thanks, Damien and Phil. Great show. Could not disagree with you more, but that's what Fan Facts is all about. I'm Donny Blawnox, and this is Mark It Down, sponsored by Steelers Nation West and Bows and Bones out in Mount Lebanon. Having a dog is like having an infinite fountain of love and joy. So get a nice stocking stuffer or a warm Steelers coat for the only member of your family that doesn't withhold love from you based on how you make them feel. Another week of mediocrity and overreactions. The Steelers have forgotten their Steelers. But even worse, the Steeler fans have forgotten their Steeler fans. And they root for an organization as one of the most stubborn in the league. They will not be firing Coach Tomlin even if they lose the next 4 games. And I agree with this move as I have a strict policy never to fire a Hall of Fame coach and never to break up with a stripper. Because you might end up with someone else who will make you less crazy, but we both know it's going to be a disappointing step down. A lot of these franchise billionaires have some commitment issues, but not the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you can expect Mike Tomlin to be the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2024 and even 2025. Mark it down. Well, Minshew Mania arrives in Pittsburgh this week for a rare Saturday game. Saturday, named after the Roman god Saturn. In Scandinavian cultures, it's called Lordog, which translates to Bath Day, because that was the day of the week the Vikings would clean off all of the dirt from a long, difficult week of raping and pillaging peaceful cultures. And it's ironic that it's called Saturday when it's the only day of the week that you don't gotta go to church or school. But I expect Saturday to be a happier day than last Thursday. Mitch gets it going on long rest with over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Mark it down. A lot of finger pointing going on in Pittsburgh, but Mason Cole said the Steelers just have to play better. You have to play better. You're the second best Mason on this team, and they won't even let the other one touch the field even when the fans are chanting for him. Mason Cole has more snaps at the feet than a Chinese OnlyFans. I think the O-line struggles again. Colts 24, Steelers 22. Mark it down.